UCU, that's the University and College Union, is participating in some strike action on Thursday the 31st of October, and we're doing that with the two other campus unions, Unison and Unite. Now the reason we're involved in this strike action is because the annual round of pay talks that we're involved in with the University and College Employers Association has ground to a halt. We were offered as a final offer a 1% pay increase this year. That's for all university staff. And I should clarify that's not just 1% above inflation, that's simply 1%. So that means roughly a 2.5 or 3% real terms pay cut for university staff this year, on top of a similar kind of level of pay offer over the last 2 or 3 years. So we've seen roughly over 3 or 4 years about a 13% real term reduction in academic pay, and in fact university staff pay in general. So really this is not acceptable, and the reason we find it unacceptable is because university income in general is actually increasing. So universities themselves have more money at their disposal. They simply want to spend less of it on rewarding staff, the majority of their staff, that is. We have seen at the same time, which makes it rather difficult for most of us to swallow, large increases in pay for vice-chancellors and principals, well above the rate that they are recommending for us through their employers association. So of course we take it very seriously when we engage in strike action. It's not a decision that we take lightly. We're very conscious of the effect that this is likely to have on students and the fact that there will be some cancellations of teaching, tutorials and so on. We're sorry to be doing this to you, but it's just absolutely impossible for us to accept the current pay offer. We'd like students to be on our side in this dispute, and that's why UCU locally has already engaged in some very productive conversations with the Students' Association, explaining the reasoning behind the strike action and explaining what the likely consequences will be for students. And we're hoping we can count on the support of a large percentage of the student body. If students want to influence what's going on around this pay dispute, I'd encourage you to write to the principal. It's the principal of the university who instructs the principals of all universities who instruct the University and Colleges Employers Association in the negotiations. So the way that you can make a difference locally is by putting a little bit of pressure on our principal and our senior management to ask them to get the employer's side back into the negotiating room to come up with a more realistic offer than the 1% that's currently on the table.